to Board Member Diane Bellamy-Smalls.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to make a motion for the board to consider Dr. Whitney Oakley for the superintendent of Guilford County Schools based on the contractual agreements that we have been able to arrange with her.
Second. All right. All those in favor, raise your hand. Woo-woo. Linda, how do you vote?
Linda, are you there?
Yes.
I'm here, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. All those opposed? All right, that passes by a vote of 8-1. I'd like to say a few things before I hand it over to you, Superintendent Oakley. But for the public to know that you spent most of your career serving the students and families of Guilford County. Dr. Oakley's a collaborative leader who is deeply invested in the success of our community. She is a homegrown leader, determined to break down barriers so all children can achieve their full potential. Dr. Oakley's roots are in Guilford County, and she is a product of Guilford County Schools. She grew up here, started teaching here, raises her family here, and now she will be the first superintendent from Guilford County to lead the district. She is committed to our district and has been instrumental in its success both before and after the pandemic. Dr. Oakley led significant academic initiatives resulting in increased academic achievement in all tested subject areas at all levels and for all student demographic groups in 2019. Dr. Oakley also played a critical role in reopening schools following the COVID-19 pandemic and guiding the district to academic recovery through nationally recognized learning hubs, high-dosage tutoring programs, and strong professional development for principals and teachers. And as we have seen throughout her tenure with Guilford County Schools, Dr. Oakley is an engaging and inclusive leader who values the voices of others and advocates for their support in improving the lives of our students. As a former teacher, principal, and current GCS parent, she understands the needs of our students and families and is committed to serving them in ways that will lead to transformational change for our community. She is a tremendous asset to our district, and we are honored to have her as our superintendent. Please join me in a round of applause for Superintendent Dr. Whitney Oakley. And before we invite Dr. Oakley to say a few words, I would like to hand this over to Jill Wilson, who has another incredible opportunity and honor for us here. So, Jill.
What a day this is for Guilford County, for Greensboro, for North Carolina. I'm so excited for Dr. Oakley's opportunity, and I'm excited to get to address you today because my treasured partner, my treasured friend, I recommend this book highly. Mine's kind of dog-eared. The first Chief Justice of the North Carolina Supreme Court who is African-American, the first-year law student at UNC who is African-American, one of the most important legislators from Guilford County, one of the most treasured people I know, has graced us with his presence to swear in our first homegrown superintendent. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Chief Justice Fry. Everybody.
You're going to stand there?
I only got the whole family.
You're here. You're here. You gonna hold the apple, baby? Bring his hand.
Hi. Are you ready to take the oath?
I'm ready.
I, Whitney Oakley,
I, Whitney Oakley,
do swear
do swear
that I will well and truly
that I will well and truly
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office of the superintendent
of the office of the superintendent
of Guilford County
of Guilford County
Board of Education,
Board of Education,
according to the best of my skill and ability,
according to the best of my skill and ability,
according to law,
according to law.
So help me God.
So help me God.
I do solemnly
I do solemnly
and sincerely swear
and sincerely swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
that I will be faithful
that I will be faithful
and bear true allegiance
and pay true allegiance
to the state of North Carolina
to the state of North Carolina
and to the constitutional powers
and to the constitutional powers
and authorities
and authorities
which are or may be established
which are or may be established
for the government thereof,
for the government thereof,
and that I will endeavor
and that I will endeavor
to support, maintain, and defend
and defend
the Constitution of said state,
the Constitution of said state,
not inconsistent with
not inconsistent with
the Constitution of the United
the
States,
Constitution of the United States,
to the best of my knowledge
to the best of my knowledge
and ability,
and ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. Thank you.
Congratulations.
I think you have to sign this.
Oh, yes, oh, yes.
All who think I should sign this, raise your hand. Boy,
That's you right there.
okay. You don't want me to sign as superintendent now?
I mean, not today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
I was going to say, within the acknowledgement, we usually invite the family up so the board can recognize them.
Do you want to come up?
Sure.
Come this way. Just shake hands. Good afternoon. I want to begin by thanking the Board of Education for selecting me and placing their confidence in me to serve this great school district as your superintendent. As a proud resident of Guilford County, I also want to thank community leaders and elected officials in the room who have been so supportive while I've been serving as acting superintendent and in all of my previous roles with the district. I also want to thank my family, my husband Ashton, my children Campbell and Hudson, and my parents for your unyielding support as we take this journey together. Today is a special day for me. I am the product of Guilford County Schools, and one of the schools I attended was Guilford Primary School, which is now the Doris Henderson Newcomer School, named after my former principal, Dr. Doris Henderson, who is with us today. She and I visited the school on Monday for the first day of school, and during our visit, we had time to exchange stories and remember those days that seemed so far away. And as I walked through the halls of my old elementary school, it's really old now. It was old then. I could not help remember my younger self, the almost 5-year-old at Guilford Primary, on her first day of school. I wish I could have told her that everything was going to be okay. The first day of school, it's not as scary as it seems. In fact, she has nothing to worry about. And years later, every single time the first day of school comes again, it would be one of the happiest days for her. I do know that today is not the first day of school, but in some ways it does feel like my first day. A new beginning. I have big dreams and hopes for the future. Guilford County Schools is a very special place for me, and I know it is for you too. It is where I decided to raise my family and dedicate my career. Having grown up in Guilford County and now a parent to 2 GCS students, I have a unique vantage point of where we have been, where we are today, and where I see us headed in the future. I would be remiss if I did not say I had the privilege of working under the leadership of our 2 most recent superintendents, Dr. Sharon Contreras and Mo Green. I especially want to highlight the work of Dr. Contreras because the last few years have been incredibly difficult for educators. I am grateful for her numerous contributions to our community and especially for leading us through the pandemic. Her passion for improving life and learning outcomes for all children and her willingness to fight for equity and justice won't be forgotten. I will continue to fight for every child in our community and address the structural inequities that exist. Today, GCS is on the verge of a new chapter, one full of opportunity and promise for the future of the children in our community. And that's the reason I'm standing here before you. I feel called to lead our schools in this pivotal moment. I feel a sense of responsibility and commitment to show up for my community the same way it has shown up for me. And I want to finish the great work that we've started. Together, over the last 2 years as a district, we implemented a robust strategy to address learning loss, a 5th quarter, learning hubs, and high-dosage tutoring for the students who needed it the most. Our tutors completed more than 60,000 hours of tutoring and more than 109,000 sessions, and we're not done. Tomorrow, when the state officially releases test data, we will be announcing learning gains across our student groups. However, the vast majority of our students are not yet where they need to be. We have unfinished learning to address, and I know we can do it together. One of my proudest moments as Chief Academic Officer as an educator here was when we did increase academic achievement in all tested subject areas and at all grade levels in 2019 for all student groups. And to our students and our teachers, I know we can do it again, and I know we will. With all of us working together, I know we can accomplish anything. As a longtime resident here, this year felt really special because as a community, we came together and made a commitment to our students and educators that we will fix our facilities. I am grateful to the voters for saying yes to public education by approving a school bond that is the largest investment in school district infrastructure in the history of North Carolina. Thank you for putting our students and our educators first. Some of our schools have been waiting for decades. The principals are like, yes, yes. I am also grateful to our Board of Education, the Guilford County Board of County Commissioners, and all of our elected officials for your ongoing support as we continue this monumental work together. We will be good stewards of the precious resources with which you have entrusted us, I promise. Now we have some schools to build. Last week, it was inspiring to attend the groundbreaking ceremonies for 6 of our schools, and we have many more to go. I do want to speak to our parents for a moment. Each day, as you say goodbye to your children and send them off to school, just like I do mine, you do it knowing how important it is, but also how much is at stake. Our country is facing unprecedented challenges with gun violence, and our schools are not immune to it. To the families watching tonight, I want you to know that the safety of our students is a top priority for me. We have already begun strengthening safety infrastructure, and we will continue exploring additional measures that keep our students and staff safe. I want to remind us all that keeping our students and staff safe begins with meaningful relationships. Making sure each student has a trusted adult in the building is some of the most important work we can do. To the people who make this school district run, our hardworking teachers, principals, and staff, I look forward to continuing this work alongside you. I want to highlight their leadership for just a minute. When the pandemic first came knocking, all of our hardworking staff, including our bus drivers, our school nutrition staff, our nurses, our teachers, our principals, and district staff rolled up their sleeves and buckled down, working together to make the swiftest transition to remote learning. Then, realizing the long road ahead, our staff worked tirelessly to help students regain a sense of normalcy without sacrificing health and safety. Our GCS staff kicked it into high gear to help students return to school with numerous safeguards and precautions in place. Our staff did not give up. Whenever and wherever they were needed most in the last few years, they kept showing up, demonstrating remarkable leadership amidst unthinkable hardships. For that and for what you do each and every day, I am grateful. Our community is grateful. Your hard work and dedication are seen and appreciated. Thank you. I want to end with this. I believe in Guilford County schools. I believe the power of public education can change the world. And I am so excited about this opportunity to lead with our board members. I'm deeply invested in our success as an educator, as a parent, and as a member of this community. In my 20 years in public education, I cannot think of a more important time for our schools than right now. Our students need champions who continue to show up for them, not slowing down, not giving up, not losing hope, but pressing forward. The future of our students and our community depends on it. So in the coming days together, we will launch a series of community conversations with families, educators, and community leaders to envision our hopes and dreams for our students and our shared future. What type of schools do we want to build? Who and where do we want to be as a community moving forward? As superintendent, my goal is to make Guilford County schools the best place to learn, work, and grow. This decade is the most consequential decade for our children and our community, and the clock is ticking. I did not get to tell my almost 5-year-old self that there were no limits to what she could accomplish. But today I want to tell all of our students that there are no limits to what they can achieve. And we will rise to new heights because we're better together. There is no time to waste, and I'm eager to start now. I invite you to join me, so let's get to work. Thank you.